So here we go. As we all know, computer comprises of hardwares and software, and in previous two classes we have discussed all about hardware. So now we will discuss about software. We generally use this term software. So first question that arises here is, what is this term software? Software is collection of programs or set of instructions given to a computer for completion of task. So here in this on this slide you can see that instruction and then program, and then with program software is formed. So instruction is basically the one steps that we are given to computer, that is known as instruction. When we combine instruction, it forms a program, and when a set of programs we combine in a particular form, then it becomes a software. So here I want to take an example of calculator. So you can see in calculator perform various types of tasks like plus, minus, multiply and divide. So instruction that we write for doing addition, like first we will take one number, then second number, then we perform operation on that, and then we will calculate the addition. So first instruction of taking a number, that is known as instruction. So single step is known as instruction. The whole thing that we are doing addition, that is known as program. So one program is addition, second program is subtraction, third program is multiplication, and fourth program is division. So with combination of these program, plus, minus, multiply and divide, we can form a calculator. So calculator is known as software in computers. Okay, so instructions means single step, set of instruction that is performing a task, that is known as program. So addition is program, subtraction is program, multiplication is program, and division is also a program. And when we combine addition program, subtraction program, multiplication and division program, then it becomes a software. So a computer cannot do anything on its own. It always needs instructions to perform a task. So a proper logical sequence that computers can understand is called computer program, and set of programs is called software. Okay, so a computer without instruction is just like a car without a driver. A set of instructions which perform a specific task is called program, and set of programs is known as software. So this is about the introduction of software. Hardware and software are interdependent. Without a software, a computer cannot work. Similarly, if hardware is not there, software is of no use. That means for proper working of a computer, both hardware and softwares are necessary part. A software enhances the capability of a hardware and directs the computer to perform operations like input, processing and output. And on the basis of that thing, a software can be classified into three parts: system software, utility software and application software. In some books you will find the two categorization, that is system software or application software. This utility is considered as a system software, but here I have given you this diagram that categorize it into three parts. This system software is further categorized into two parts: operating system, language translators, and one more is also there, that is programming languages. And this application is software is further categorized into two parts: general purpose, customized software, and one more part is also there, that is known as a specific purpose application software. Okay, and this language translator is further classified into three parts: compiler, assembler and interpreter. Okay, so see here, the relation between software and hardware is given. At the bottom part, hardware is residing, that is including CPU, RAM, input output that we have seen in the previous two chapters. Above hardware we will install system software that includes operating system, language translators and other types of system software. And above this system software, application softwares can be installed. Okay, all user always interact with the application software. So here you can see the relationship between hardware and software. Okay, now we will talk about system software. A system software is a set of programs that work as an intermediary between computer hardware and application program, that we have seen in the diagram also, in the diagram that shows the relationship between hardware and software, that system software is the intermediary between hardware and application program, that you can say that it work as a mediator between hardware and the application software. Okay, this system software, they are designed to control the overall operations and performance of a computer, or you can say it is a set of program that supports the running of application software in the computer by directing different computer components to to perform different types of functions. Okay, see here, whenever you can take an example that whenever we start a computer, or when a computer is switched on, then the basic input output system, that is bias programs, loaded first, which is a system program initializes and prepares all the hardware devices for processing data and instruction. And this it can be classified into two functions groups, namely system control programs and system support programs. So whenever we start a computer, the initial time it takes to load all the things like operating system and other thing, that comes under the category of bias program, that is basic input output system programs. Okay, this system software, it is categorized into four parts or programs, that is first operating system, second language processors, third device drivers, fourth utilities. So we will talk about this one by one now. Okay, now we are going to discuss the operating system. Computer, being a machine, cannot do anything on its own, so it always requires specific instruction how to perform each and every task. The instructions are to be converted in a language which a machine understands, and that means that user cannot communicate with the computer directly. So we require an interface between the user and the hardware, all computer resources. So operating system act like an interface. The computer interprets the instructions given by a user with the help of an operating system. So you can say it is just like a master program which makes our PC alive and helps to run different applications. In simple terms, you can say an operating system is just like a manager of a computer, or you can say a master program. For example, we are taking an example of a school administration. So in a school administration, the operating system is just like the principal of your school. The principal has various responsibilities regarding managing the school, like supervising students, teachers and workers, maintaining discipline, analyzing examination schedule, timetable, curriculums, meeting parents and visitors. In the same way, a number of services are provided by an operating system. Imagine what will happen if there is no principal in school. Everything will become unorganized. Similarly, if the operating system is not working in a computer, it will not be able to perform any operation. So here in the diagram, you can see that operating system manages applications, all the applications, disk drives, mouse, printers, keyboard and monitor. So functions of operating systems include process management, memory management, device management, file management, error detection and security, and job scheduling or program scheduling. So this operating system is classified on the basis of how it interacts with the user into two parts. One is GUI based, that is graphical user interface, the interface which is having icons, images and other multimedia is known as graphical user interface. It is a graphic based and interactive in nature. It uses devices like mouse, keyboard, etc. for interaction with the system. So we can say that Windows and Android and Mac, these are GUI based operating system. Next categorization is CLI, that is command line interface, or CUI in some books, that is character user interface. This type of operating system, they are particularly based on commands in nature. That means it is not having any mouse click, icons, etc. For everything that you want to perform, you have to write commands. Okay, it uses commands or character for interaction with the system. Examples are Unix and DOS are examples of CLI or CUI based operating system. Okay, see here, operating system is a software that communicates with the hardware and allows other programs to run. And operating systems are having various types of responsibilities or functions that you can see here. We will discuss them one by one points, and you can see that this Windows 10, it is a example of operating system. And this operating system, we will discuss this topic as a whole chapter. That is the next chapter number 4 is operating system. So here I am just giving you a glimpse of the working of operating system. So first task operating system is performing, that is loading and saving the data and programs. Second is communication with the peripheral such as mouse or printer. It also does the work of displaying information on the monitor, managing all the memory allocation to the programs, letting you type on the computer and sending the documents that is being being printed to the printer. It also helps in updating the screen display to show you what is going on, organizes data on backing storage devices. Okay, it also maintains the security and limiting access, organizing processing time between programs and users. It also deals with errors and user instructions. It also allow the user to save files to a backing store. It also provides the link between user and the computer for program running or execution, placing files and programs in secondary storage. It also helps in compressing data, creating and maintaining the directories or drives on a computer. So here you can see few examples of operating system. First one is Ubuntu with that icon, and the second type of operating system is Macintosh, that is used in Apple. Third is Windows 10 that we generally use. Fourth one is Android. This Android is known as mobile operating system that is used in many mobile devices. Linux operating system. Apart from these operating system, we are having a further operating system that is Tigen, Debian, Chrome. Google Chrome is also known as browser, but they are having a operating system also that is known as Chrome operating system, and they are having a search engine also that is Google. So this Google company, they are providing three things. One is Google search engine, second is Google Chrome as a browser, and Google as a operating system, Google Chrome as a operating system. Okay, so this is about the operating system. Next topic is programming language. As we all know that computer only understand the machine language, that is in the form of binary 0 and 1. So language is used to make computer programs, and the language that is used for making computer programs is known as programming language, because computer don't understand the natural language. So there are three types of languages. First is low level language, that is understood by the computer, that is machine language or binary language based on 0 and 1. It is also called computer language. Second type of language is assembly language. It is in the form of mnemonic code, because it is difficult to write programs in low level language, so assembly language was discovered. And in assembly language also it was difficult to do the programming, so high level language came into the frame. It is in the form of English words. Examples of high level language are Fortran, COBOL, Basic, C, C++, Java, etc. So what is the need of programming language? The programming language is used to interact with the computer. For any communication we need a language. So similarly, for communicating with the computer also we need a language, and that type of language is known as programming language. So see here, for computer don't understand our language and we don't understand the computer language, so we need a processor, that is translator, which can translate our language into program of computer understandable form and computer language into what we understand. So computer doesn't understand any other language than the machine language or binary language. So software which are used to translate high level language that we use into machine level language is known as language processor or language translators. So there are three types of language translators. One is compiler, second is interpreter, and third is assembler. So you can see here the language translator which converts HLL, that is high level language, into machine language or low level language is called compiler. It takes whole program and gives error. If error is present, then it will show you that type of error. Okay, interpreter, it converts instructions line by line, and if error is there, it will not proceed further. It will stop there only, and then until you will not rectify the error, it will not move to the further line. Assembler, it is a type of translator that translate assembly language into machine language. Machine language is having three names, that is machine language, low level language, or binary language. Okay, so this is all about language preprocessors. Now you see this video to get it more clear about the programming languages and language preprocessor.
Hello students, today we will learn about the computer language. Language is a medium to express our views and feelings. To communicate with a computer, we need a language that a computer understands. For every action, a computer has to be given instructions accordingly. A program is a set of instructions that tells the computer what to do. Who is she? She is Lady Ada Lovelace, first computer programmer. The process of writing specific instructions in a computer language is called programming. Each programming language has its own specific rules. The development of programming languages has improved considerably with the ease and ability of programmers to write powerful application programs. Students, please note that syntax are the rules governing the formation of statements in a programming language. The development of computer languages has been classified into the following categories. Computer languages. First generation as machine language. Second generation as assembly language. Third generation as high-level language. Fourth generation language. Now let us understand what a machine language. It is the only language that a computer understands. It is expressed in binary form, that is 0 and 1. 0 means off state and 1 means on state. Machine language has the advantage of very high speed and very low memory utilization. But understanding and learning machine language is a tough and time-consuming process. It is very difficult to write and debug programs written in machine language. It is extremely machine-dependent. A machine language program written on one computer may or may not run on another computer. Because of this, very few people opt for specialization in machine language. That is why machine language is also regarded as low-level language, that is LLL. Let me share a fact with you. The term software was first used by John W. Tukey in 1957. Okay, let me tell you about assembly language, second generation language. This language uses mnemonic codes or symbols in place of 0 and 1. For example, if the operation code for add is 0010 in binary language, it can be directly written as add in assembly language. Because assembly language uses symbolic codes, hence it is easy to work with assembly language than in binary language. Since a computer can understand only machine language, so assembly language programs have to be converted into machine language. Translator programs known as assemblers were developed to convert the assembly language program into machine language. A program written in assembly language is called the source program, whereas the program converted into machine language by the assembler is called object program or object code. Like machine language, assembly language is also machine dependent, and programming in this language is quite time consuming. Thus, it is also regarded as a low-level language, LLL. We will discuss on the high-level language, third generation language. The restrictions in the usage of machine and assembly languages prompted people to develop a language with the following features. Simple and user-friendly language which is machine independent. Owing to the above-mentioned features, it became easy to learn and use the computer languages. A large number of people started writing computer programs using these languages. That is why it is known as high-level language, HLL. High-level language is quite similar to the English language. Basic C, C++, Java, etc. are some of the very popular examples of high-level languages. High-level language programs need to be translated into machine language by using the translator programs. There are two types of translator programs that are as follows. Interpreter. Translator program is used to convert a high-level language program into machine language. An interpreter translates line by line, executes the instruction and then repeats the procedure for the remaining instructions. In case if any errors are found, they are to be immediately removed. The converted form is not stored anywhere, therefore it has to be generated at the time of execution of a program. Interpreter programs are preferred for beginners and are slow in execution speed. Let us take an example. Suppose the French president is visiting India on an official tour. In order to understand each other, both French president and Indian prime minister require an interpreter who can interpret French language into English language and vice versa. Compiler is a translator program used to convert a high-level language program into a machine language. A compiler translates the whole program at once. That is, it generates the object code for the program along with the list of errors. The execution is very fast. Let me share another interesting fact that the first interactive computer game was Space War. Let us now move on and talk about the fourth generation language, 4GL. Fourth generation languages are closer to human language than any other high-level languages. Fourth generation languages are a combination of languages with the following features. Highly user-friendly and independent of any operating system. Very high speed of execution. Minimum efforts from the user to obtain any information. Designed to reduce level of programming efforts. Designed to reduce the overall time it takes to develop software and the cost of software development. In 4GL, the user has to specify only the required output and the format of the output without bothering about the steps required to obtain that. Let me share a fact with you. Locator Identifier Separation Protocol (LISP) was the first computer language for writing artificial intelligence programs. It was created by John McCarthy. Okay, students, let us know more. Fortran was one of the earliest languages and was designed for scientists and engineers. COBOL was designed for business users. Now, let us briefly sum up about computer languages and their features. Machine uses binary codes to depict operators and data. Machine dependent, only language directly understood by a computer. Assembly uses mnemonic codes or symbol instead of binary numbers. Machine dependent, has to be converted into machine language by translator programs. Assemblers. High level, uses English words and mathematical operators. Machine independent, has to be converted into machine language by translator programs, interpreters and compilers. 4GL, machine independent, minimal user skills required to obtain results. Application development tool. Students, in software development, beta release refers to a product or a technology which is still in development but released only for testing and evaluation purpose.
Okay, next topic is utilities. Utilities are the programs that supports the smooth functioning of a computer. You can say utilities are some of the important work done by the software apart from operating system. So these utilities are doing many types of functions. For example, they are used for sorting files by data type, size, etc. They are also used for file conversion, like converting a sound file to .avi format and other format. Disk defragmentation. Disk defragmentation is also a part in which memories are freed that are no longer in use, or that are used by the fragments. Software updates. This utility are the programs that helps in software update, system information, and defragmentation for reordering the files on hardware disk to make them contiguous or continuous. User accounts and securities, they also comes under the category of utilities. Antivirus software, screensavers, system cleanup tools like disk cleaner, or installing old removing old installations, or details deletion of temporary files and shortcuts, and deleting data, encryption, decryption, formatting, firewalls. These comes under the category of utilities. So with the continuous use over the time, files on the computer and hard disk get fragmented, or breaks into different parts, and a lot of computer memory is used for storing those new addresses, and deletion in these files, creation of new files. Okay, as a result, the computer slow down because it has to check multiple places on the drive for those particular pieces. So use the inbuilt tool in Windows 10. It is having a functionality of defragmenting those files to have the computer run more effectively. So Windows 10 automatically defragments these types of files as per schedule. So here steps are given that we can follow for defragmentation in Windows 10. So step 1 is type optimize in the taskbar. So here taskbar is given. This type of taskbar, you have to type the optimize word. Open the defragment drive by clicking on the icon you can see in the picture, and then you have to select the drive and click on analyze. So see here steps are given. First is you have to type optimize, and then you have to click on defragment and optimize drives, and then third step you have to select the drive, and then you have to click on analyze. And then next step is check the percentage of the fragmented drive, that how much space it is using, and then click on optimize to defragment it, and then you will see that that it is done, and your drive should say 0% fragment in optimize drivers utility. So this is the way you can defragment your memory. Okay, next utility program is backup. Backup is used for keeping the copies of the file. So it is always good to have a backup. Keep copies of your files to another drive. In some case, something happens to something wrong happened to the originals. So follow the steps to take a backup. In Windows 10, first you have to go on settings, and then you have to check the update and security option. After that, you have to click on backup option, and then you have to add a drive where you want to take the backup. It can be a CD, DVD, or pen drive. Okay, whichever place you want to take the backup, you have to add that as a drive. Okay, so that was all about taking a backup. Other utility programs are scan systems. A computer system has thousands of files. So to be a certain that computer is virus free, you need to be regularly scanning your computer, run the antivirus, and keep your system free from virus attack. You can scan a computer system for virus, like you have to double click and right click on the antivirus system tree icon, and then you have to navigate on scan and go. Then right click on the file or directory, and then select the scan process. So antivirus softwares are computer programs to identify, prevent, or remove viruses from our computer. They can perform the work of scanning the computer to look for virus. They also identify suspicious behavior from the computer and remove the programs which indicate infection. Various types of antivirus available. You can check the names like Norton, McAfee, AVJ, Quick Heal, Kaspersky. So these are the examples of virus scanner cleaner or a utility program, that is scan system. Next type of utility is device driver. A device driver is a computer program that allow a system to interact with hardware devices. For example, if you want to connect a printer, then you should have a printer driver in your computer so that they can be connected with each other. So similarly for Bluetooth also there is driver, pipe driver. So drivers are just like a set of code that we have to install to work with the hardware. Okay, language translator we have already seen, so you can check the definition. Okay, so this is all about the utility programs. Thank you so much.